Hey everybody, welcome back to Midwest Marksman. My name is Andrew and today I'm going to tell you about a product from Votatu. This is their V848. It is an M-LOK or Picatinny mounted device. You can either run it with button or pressure pad. It is rechargeable, and I found that this dual device is probably interesting to a lot of people wanting to get into either some sort of self-defense, or maybe you're running a little bit of night vision or you're hunting critters at night. It could probably lend to multiple platforms and budgets because it is a pretty affordable price. So it's just some of the specs on the V848. You have green and then you have infrared. I would say the max light is gonna be like 1700 lumens. You're gonna get that for about 90 seconds. Then it chops down to 600 lumens to try to save the battery life. The runtime is between 1.5 hours and 9 hours. If you run invisible, like infrared stuff, that doesn't take as much power as the visible does, and so you could get up to 9 hours on something like that. Your battery source is a polymer battery built in. The charge time is 2.5 hours, and you're looking at a max distance of 150 meters, which is plenty for what I'm doing. It is IPX6, and it can penetrate into the water about 1 meter. In the box are gonna come some of those necessary accessories. So if you wanted to go Picatinny for your pad, the pressure pad has momentary or continuous on, and you have this device right here, which is going to plug directly into the back of the housing. And so you can see there's a digital readout display. Maybe I'll bring that in a little closer so you guys can just see the text on there. It's going to tell you what you're on. So there's a readout when you're behind the gun. You don't have to look at it this way. You can actually see behind the gun, which is very convenient, but that's where you're gonna plug in if you choose to run your pressure pad, like so, and then mount this up wherever you like. Right now, it's most convenient on this 9mm to not run the pressure pad. The body is not overly large. It's actually relatively slim and small. Doesn't sit up terribly high. You can see my optic height is higher than that, so I don't really run into issues when I run like thumb over bore on top. That's why I don't need to run the pressure pad, is I can get up here and still actuate the dials and the functions without impeding my view when I'm behind the gun. Here's just some of the control features. You can see you have your settings. That little dial right there is going to tell you what setting you are on as you're running through. You have off and off, halfway, midway points. There's your digital screen readout, and there's your plug. You have windage and elevation, so this is up, down on this side. And over here is our right, left, because you want to make sure that that laser is actually zeroed in. You want to put it on a gun where the rail doesn't move and it's very solid. That's one important thing when it comes to laser. You can only trust it if your rail itself is mounted up well and solid. It's not going to vibrate or move and become loose on you. There you can see your laser, your infrared, and your standard visible light. Here's your charging top. And if you wanted to switch this over to the M-LOK instead of running Picatinny, you can access those screws for mounting underneath. That's what I have attached right now. Some Allens on the Picatinny, and the claw works really good. It's a, like I said, a relatively low profile claw. I'm happy about that. All right, so that's about as much as I can show you during the daytime. Let's go ahead and turn off the lights and see what this looks like at nighttime. All right, now that it's dark, can at least test the visible laser plus light, and just the light and just the laser as a standalone. We'll see what that looks like at about 50 yards. I'll cut some of the lights here, and so you can see downrange what the actual light effect looks like. All right, no light. Now let's go to light plus laser. As you can tell, there is a hot spot, and it's a reasonably hot spot. That's gonna last for less than a couple minutes though, and it's gonna knock down from pretty high lumens to about average lumens. And the reason for that is you don't wanna burn up your light, you don't wanna kill your battery, and usually when you are running it in that configuration, you just need a few moments of intensity and then it's gonna go back off again. most of the time with weapon lights, people don't want to be giving away their position too long. And so when it's visible light and laser combo, it is going to knock down after a little bit, but you can tell that that laser is still doing something. I can see it very, very well. The video, probably not quite as well as what I'm seeing with my own eye here. It's very effective, and I can place it on that target. I can see that target just fine. Nice reflective finish on it. Now let's switch from laser, which obviously a laser works just fine, really bright. Let's switch over to just light. I'm gonna get a better battery life out of this, at least moderately better. Over to 50 yards, there's my target. And the spill is actually pretty significant. There's kind of like two halos. I have a little bit of a dark spot because of the can on the end of this 9mm, but you can actually see that there is a nice present hot spot there. It's distinguishable against the spill, and then the spill, the secondary kind of plane of light that's going out here, still gives me, I'm gonna measure it right now, at least 30 yards of width, and I feel very comfortable with it. When I'm shining this down a trail, when I'm shining this into the woods, I've got decent penetration with the hot spot. It is getting into the weeds, it's going beyond the trees, and then my spill for the periphery, it just gives me more comfort around me. So in a hunting scenario, which is what I would use something like this for, in a hunting scenario, maybe hunting hogs, hunting coyotes, I feel very confident I'll be able to spot a long ways off. Like right now, I've got 150 yards this direction where I feel very confident I'll get reflections. And if I needed to throw a laser on there, night vision, illumination, all the features, it's gonna do just fine at these distances. And then of course, closer should be no issue as well. Let's go ahead and dump a couple rounds. And I'm just noticing my digital readout is very convenient. So you should be able to see that laser hovering around there. Let's go ahead and just do a couple shots with the laser. Not bad at all. It's a little noisy on that guy, but how about one more? Okay, not bad at all. I do like, let's go a couple into this wood target I have here. Wow, the laser actually works really nice. It is zeroed at this distance, but it works really well. I'm comfortable with that. And just illumination. Toggling that, switching back and forth is not difficult at all. Really nice hot spot and very good spill. After running around with this for about 35 minutes, I still have plenty of battery life. I don't find that it's dead or seems weak. It does get warm. When I ran it for 7 or 8 minutes at a time, it does seem to get warm, not hot. I never got it hot during that time. I just noticed, yep, that's fairly warm, and it kind of maxed out right about there, fairly warm. It is putting out a good number of lumens. You do have, you know, an aluminum body, so it's gonna transfer heat in that way, but I don't think it's gonna burn itself out. Turn on the light. And it is going to give you sufficient laser. I think the laser distance is very good, strength, power, and the duality of being able to run illumination, or sorry, visible laser, visible light, as well as casting for, you know, your night vision setups. Switching over to IR is very easy. It's fast. The dial is clicky and tactile. It actually feels like a fairly well-made product. It isn't expensive, they're very affordable, and it's fun to be able to have that footprint. No, this isn't a replacement for a D-ball. It's not trying to be a replacement for a D-ball. It's just for fun, but it does work pretty good. So if you're getting into hunting, you're doing a little bit of night vision stuff, I'm gonna say this light is probably good to go for those applications, especially if you need a pressure switch, you want to go to M-LOK or Picatinny. It has what you need in the package, and the price point is pretty good. So thanks guys for watching this. If you like this video, go ahead and like, share, subscribe, or maybe watch one of these other videos, which has been handpicked for you.